the edge of what that could potentially be.
Oh, Alice, yeah, I know, man. That's definitely a big reach.
That's a stretch. It's either Whip, Mary, I guess Kula, but you know what? I was telling you yesterday, like Kula would never pose that way. That's also a dead giveaway a lot of times.
I agree. I just don't see that being Kula. All right, who do we got here? Oh, there it is. And wow, what would you know? It's Blue Mary. And judging from the thumbnail, I can already tell she's got a little bit of a different thing going on there. But you ready? You ready, Abe?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's freaking do it. Okay. Stage lighting is different for the Fatal Fury stage.
Okay, it's a nice. Okay, not bad. There's definitely an upgrade here.
Mm-hmm. All right, I recognize that.
The launcher stand CD. Okay.
Whoa, is that like in game or is that just for the commercial?
It's probably in game.
So that's the
wow. They're just showing off supers and a few moves. They had that overhead grab move.
That's a normals. Ooh,
there he is again.
That's no fun to deal with.
That's annoying. Overhead activation, it's back, baby.
Yes, sir. All right. Oh, God. Definitely going to get used to seeing that.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so I think that's from her 14 climax. Yeah. She's looking pretty cool, man. In my opinion.
She looks better. Again, this isn't one of those characters that I'm super excited for. Been expecting to see what they got here, but I'm sure there's a few fan favorites out there. I know GhostPilot used to play this character. She seems unchanged from 14. So far, what they've shown, pretty much. I think one thing that is interesting, though, is they did show the overhead activation, so that's for sure in there if we speculated that was or wasn't a thing. Overhead activations are still a thing. You guys better hope Alice isn't in this one.
Oh my God, dude. And she gets the screen freeze on top of that.
Oh yeah, hit confirm, baby.
Yeah. One of the points of contention the previous week was an auto dash followed up after the screen freeze. And I feel that if that forces auto dash, that's a little unnecessary because you have a screen freeze and you have auto dash. That feels clunky. Like, what's the point of the screen freeze at that point? So EX, and this is the first time we're seeing a dynamic angle change on a non-super or non-level 3.
That's not actually true.
Did we see that?
She did have that in 14.
No, I'm talking about in 15. I think that's the first time we're seeing like camera shifting out of a level 3.
Yeah, but I'm saying that she had that in 14, like the same dynamic shift. So it's not like surprising that she has it, but I guess you're right as far as 15 goes. This is interesting. A little bit more on the aesthetic side. In 14, she had a little bit more of like a blurred image when she was doing that super. This is just straight on model.
It's weird too because they've been doing so much better with the blurs in this game. You thought they would have just hit her with that.
Yeah, Andy has like a blur when he does Zynikin.
Yeah, I think they would just.
Oh, that's so cheap. I hate this move, dude. This move is stupid.
Catching crouchers, man. Oh, don't do Joe like that. Oh!
You could do it in blocks then.
That's crazy.
Just mash buttons. Mash buttons against Mary.
Raw overhead.
Overhead activation.
And she did a little dash up, yeah. So I can't tell if that's an auto dash or not, but I feel like it's unnecessary if it is. You know, characters like this don't really need to get like super change from 14. She was like really good.
She was really good, but she has other interesting things about her in other games. Like in FE, she actually has an install. It's pretty sick. I don't know what it actually does, but GhostPilot sure does. And it looks cheap as hell. This character has some different stuff. I'm surprised that it wasn't showcased here. Hopefully they do have a little more fleshed out move list. Kind of like how they have done so far with the other characters. Except for Joe. He's the same. He just gets juggle properties.
He just gets, I even know how they work, man. I'm dying over here.
Look at those sneakers. Nice.
Yeah. He's already dead. What are you doing? Dan just pops right into the giant swing. I like how they're doing hit sparks like every time he hits the rotation. I don't think I was when I knew it was when I thought it was her. The one thing I was thinking like she's probably not going to change at all.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to be.
Why did you do that?
She came in late to the game. That was the first thing. Like, she was like one of the last characters added to the game, and I feel like at that point they would have probably already decided what they want. You know, like from this character, like what they want to do with this character that late in the game. She was still pretty new in a lot of people's minds. It's like a Blue Mary in 3.0 Part 2 right now.
I don't know, man. I kind of disagree. I feel like she has plenty of history in KOF, and I guess, I mean, her not being in 13, I suppose, and 12, kind of people don't remember her. But as far as KOF fan goes, I mean, she's been around for a while. I would assume that they would try to flesh out her move list as well. I don't know. I just don't see a good enough reason to be like, yeah, they're not gonna change anything.
I mean, I just didn't see it happening. I don't like, maybe that's just a gut instinct or something like that.
That's a crazy gut instinct.
Hey,
brother.
man, that's why I be winning that blackjack. I'm a good gambler. That's why they call it Pockets Pick, dude. Has it ever been wrong? Come on. Also, so another important point that I brought up a lot earlier into the cycle of the KOF 15 reveal trailers, the background stages might get reused. It's one of the things that I was, wondering about. And if they got reused, I was wondering what they would do to them in terms of how they look. And it looks like, different times a day may be the thing.
I kind of, though I do like it, it depends, man. They do it too much. I kind of, it's because it's really a palette swap.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. I'm trying to be positive.
But yeah, it's like, let me get that Pow Pow Cafe with all the lights on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
closing hours.
Yeah.
Everybody out.
Y'all got to bail. Okay, bouncers are gone. Can't nobody take care of any of y'all.
Yeah. Right.
Disappointed are people that Blue Mary, as they had predicted, was one of the silhouettes earlier in the reveals, that it was going to be Blue Mary with the jacket on. How bummed are you guys?
I'm very bummed because I like that look for her, I totally dig her with the jacket on. It's just like adds to the character, and the way that cloth physics work in this game, I'm kind of excited. I was kind of excited to see how that works. So hopefully if this game has some cosmetic options with DLC, that's something that they can include for Blue Mary.
You just want everybody to have some type of Trunks aesthetics. Dude, and I get it. She's got the hair, and you just want the Capsule Corp jacket on her.
Bro,
I get it. I get it, dude.
Can you blame me?
Yes, I can.
She is not a part of the women's fighters team, at least as far as we know. She is not a part of the Mai Yuri team, if Mai and Yuri even are a team. It really depends on who's in the game at this point. And that's why this is so maddening, because it's just like, crap, she could be on anybody's team, dude. If Yamazaki and Billy are in here, she can be on their team.
Yeah, if, I don't know, that's up to you, Chris. If you'd like to have GhostPilot in here, give us a little bit of a rundown of this character. It is a character that he plays.
Yeah, sure. I got no problem with that. I think we've exhausted a lot of what we know about this character so far. So I'd love to hear from GhostPilotZ if he's available to chat.
Is my audio okay?
Yeah, I got you. I'm lowering you a little bit, but you should be fine.
I'm trying to think of where to even start with Blue Mary. Her original team was with Billy and Yamazaki back in '97.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
After that, she stayed with them up until '99, and then she joined team, I believe, Fatal Fury. I need to go back and double check '99. But she's jumped around a bit, and then I believe I want to say during the cutscenes, I think it was in 13 perhaps. She was in a cutscene with Vanessa and Ramon, which makes sense because they're all agents.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Seth would make sense to be paired up with her too, but I mean, that's wishful thinking. But yeah, looking at her here, she seems, aside from like visuals, her moveset seems unchanged.
What's missing though? Like, what does she have in other games that is just not getting represented here?
Oh my God. Where to begin? She's missing her counters. She has the sidestep, and then on top of that, she has additional counters on top of that. And she has counters that would set up into juggles. She had counters that would set up into, basically she would put you in a headlock, stun gun you in the face. She also had different moves where she had different follow-ups to her real counter. Her real counter is the sidestep, and it used to have 3 different follow-ups. And all of those follow-ups would put you into different positions depending on what button you used. So with it, she could throw you into the corner, she could throw you out of the corner, she could put you like basically right next to her. So she could do all of that stuff. Let's see a question here from Neptide Daniel. Yeah, she has her taser, but it's part of her EX Straight Slicer, which is her stun fang, which she originally had that in Fatal Fury 3, which is her first game. That wound up getting switched out for the Crab Clutch, which is the one where she breaks the ankle. They mentioned her install earlier, and that's her Mary Escalation, which I was really hoping that they would give her in this, but it doesn't appear that they did. That was a move that she got in Real Bout 2, because in Real Bout Special, which came before Real Bout 2, there was 2 versions of Mary. Shadow Mary was basically, she like enjoyed just hurting people and breaking bones and stuff like that. That was her whole thing. And she was much more grappler focused, and she was one of the best characters in Real Bout Special. So what they did is that in Real Bout 2, they basically made her more like that. And so she plays really strange in Real Bout 2 until you get used to her. But they had all these moves that they didn't know what to do with. So they created a new super for her called the Mary Escalation, which was an install super. And whenever she activated that, she got, on top of her regular moves, she got all the moves from regular Mary from Real Bout Special, except they were souped up. So her vertical air, which is her anti-air, was an instant overhead with 100% invincibility that was active on like frame 4, something like that. So she had this overhead that you could not react to.
Oh my god.
Completely invincible, that led into a hard knockdown, that led into a super, or led into multiple OTGs. That's another thing that she's missing. She's missing her OTGs.
So GhostPilot, well, I mean, what's your review of this reveal of Mary in this one?
Her visuals are better. In terms of her moveset, it seems virtually identical to 14, which isn't a bad thing, because I hear that she's been making a lot of rounds in tournaments.
Oh yeah, mainstay of
a
top
lot
8.
of her tournaments. Yeah. So based on that, then maybe they felt the need that they didn't have to change her too much. But it'd be cool for her to get a new move like all the other characters have been that we've seen so far, with the possible exception of Ralph.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, Ralph's situation was weird because he definitely was just there. It seemed that he was just there to be a
Putting
dummy.
over Clark, dude.
Yeah.